The post-apocalyptic flying boat is one of my favourite builds, and every so often I'll have a go at making one I'm happy with. Now it seems like I'm trolling you guys, but work with me here. I built this a few months ago for my Shambleshire fantasy world, but I wasn't entirely happy. This was made out of plastic household junk, but I wanted to do a proper kitbash, one from model kits. Make it simple and let the paint job tell the story, just to see how far I progressed in my painting style. So you know what that means, let's start scratching that build. I'm going to take the middle bit from a tank. These are always the last bits to be used on some of my kit bashes, and I felt sorry for the little piece of plastic, so it finally gets its 2 minutes of fame. As you can see, this is the piece where the wheels get attached to, and quite a difficult bit to incorporate into something without wheels. Aha! A North Fishing trawler. Well, that's what it says on the box. That's not what it's going to end up as. I tip everything out on the workbench like I don't care and realise I could be rapping along to a Cameo song. Only the older viewers will get that reference. And I'm going to try and use as much of this kit as possible, but for now I just need the body of the ship, which meant some snipping. If memory serves me correct, I had trouble gluing a boat together before, so lesson number 1, masking tape to hold the ship together. I'm not sure if you can see, but there is a slight gap down both seams. Now I could use modelling filler for this and wait an hour or so for it to harden, or I could use sprue glue. Now sprue glue, for those who don't know, is basically bits of sprue cut down and then melted in acetone. And since I can't buy any neat acetone, I'll use some Tamiya extra thin cement. The reason why I've never shown you how to do this is simply because there's plenty of YouTubers who have explained how to make this better. So if you want to try, just type sprue glue in YouTube. It's great stuff, hardens in minutes, and you can sand it down like normal. With everything dry, I can take off the masking tape. And while I do that, here's a shout out to my awesome viewers who watch and comment on videos. If you want your name on screen, leave a comment, like and subscribe. It's free and doesn't cost you a penny, but it warms the cockle of my heart. And while I'm begging, please also think about subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so. There's still 55% of you who watch but haven't subscribed. Surely I'm not that bad. With all my shameless begging over with, it's time to build this boat. Isn't it ironic? Copyright Alanis Morissette. I built the boat only to cut it in half. The reason for me cutting this boat in half is because, let's call them tugboats, are never too big and look kind of chunky and too funky, copyright George Michael, to actually look like they ever were on water. It took a moment, copyright Zoe, but the boat finally was in 2 pieces. Which means now I can get on to kit bashing, and this sailing ship, copyright Whitesnake, needs a floor. I cut down the deck and glue that into place. And I quickly realised that I have a hole at the back of the ship, or stern for the sailors out there. So I'll use some 2mm plastic card to hide all my mistakes, copyright Key Rest. Once that was done, I make holes, copyright Passengers, and gosh darn it, how many more song titles can I keep referencing in this video? The holes are for the rods to fit on the base later. The tank piece from the start of the video gets cut down and glued to the stern of the boat. And who's a pretty boy? Copyright No Gallagher. Oh, damn it! I cut down some more of the deck just to add that to the back of the stern. And here I'm just trying to work out if I want to put an engine on this, but I don't think I do. I just want to use all the kit pieces that I've got available. The only other things apart from the model kits that I'm using will be the 2mm styrene that I've got there in my hand, and also a bit of tubing from a water feature that I took off somebody's garden. To spare you the time, I'll edit a lot of what I'm gluing onto the tugboat, so we'll have a quick montage. Sorry, I'll just quickly explain. That house came from a crane set that I didn't know what to do with until now. So that is going to be the house for the boat, or the boathouse, whichever you want to call it. That round thing came from the 1/35 scale German Afghanistan tank, I do believe, by Hella. And now what I'm doing, if my glue will actually squirt out of the bottle, is I'm going to stick some offcuts of the 2mm plasticard onto the hull of the ship. I know somebody's going to correct me on that term. The reason why I'm sticking these 2mm plasticard onto the sides is to cover the gaps, hide my sins. Some more bits from the trawler get added to the actual boat. This is one of the sides from the 1/35 scale Hella Afghanistan model tank kit. It's got great panels that I'll be able to cut neatly and add to my boat. And while I do that, it's code word time. If you're leaving a comment, drop this code word into your comment so I know you're a watcher and not a skipper. Copyright boat reference. And the code word is Popeye. Please also like and subscribe. Thanks a million. So to give the boat the post-apocalyptic look, I've stuck the panels on either side just like this. And then I'll go over some of them and add some more panels just to make it look ramshackled and a little bit dodgy. And before anybody else says it, dodgy, just like me. That bit that I'm holding in my chunky monkey hands was a bit from the tank that I just cut down and gluing into place just to give it a little bit more structure. Because this is a flying boat, it needs wings, and these wings are from a 1/72 scale, I do believe, Hella plane, which I don't know because I've thrown the box away, so it's from a plane. Again, I'm trying to use little pieces from the actual boat kit, and this is where things got a little bit fiddly, especially with my chunky hands. But yeah, if you can see, I'm trying to apply a guardrail or some sort of rail to the side of the boat. I'm just adding some more little details because those wedges of cheese, they're not actually cheese, were feeling a bit lonely. Because this is a flying boat, it needs some propellers, and I'm going to stick a propeller either side on the back of the small wings. So here, if you can see, I've just glued the plastic piping to the back of the boat, or the stern, and then I'm going to add some radiators that came from the tank kit. This bit that I have in my hand actually came with the model tank kit. It's netting that was supposed to go around the tank, but I thought, oh no, it's going to look cooler on my tugboat. Well, I'd leave this in to show you the process. So you cut out this bit of gauze, or whatever you want to call it. And this is where I have the utmost respect for proper modelers who do this day in, day out. But then you've got to try and glue it to the thinnest bit of plastic that you can ever imagine, which is like the framework, and then once that's done, you trim it all down and glue it onto whatever you're building. And mine is going onto the side of my boat, just like this. Because mine was a boat that is now a post-apocalyptic boat, I thought, well, why not? I might as well put the masts on and then fix the rigging on later. Dude, damn it. I always find once I start on some of these boats, you can never stop adding more little greeblies and details. Hello sailor, fixing the rigging, which is tricky if you have monkey fingers like I do. I have to admit that at times I was thinking, I don't need to put this on, but I persevered. And with that all in place, I then realised not a lot of people are going to notice. But I notice. I added bits of chain to either side just for visual interest. And to make sure that this chain wasn't going to fall off, I glued it down. At last, it's on this spinny thing, and I'm going to take it outside to spray black because that's all the primer I have at the moment. So here's a seamless transition from not painted to painted. Oh, damn it. I really have to work on that technique. Anyway, I'm going to paint it a grey blue. That's what it says on the bottle. I'll cut out this bit where you can't see what the hell I'm doing because of my chunky hand. I sprayed the hull of the ship white and didn't really take any care in doing this because I need it to look a little bit janky. Then got to start on painting some of the different panels, and again it was sort of like, well, I'm just going to paint it like it's rough and ready, and it's seen some weather, some age, some action, I'll stop now. I wanted the roof of the house to look a little weathered and worn, so I put down some chipping medium. That's what I'm putting on now, and it's clear so you can't see what I'm doing, but hopefully I know where it is. While I waited for the chipping medium to dry, I did some more panels. I painted the roof white first and then added some more colour afterwards. And while the roof dried, I decided that I needed some Go Faster stripes on the wings. So that's what I did, a bit of masking tape. And then a bit of yellow gets applied to little bits of the wing. You know what I'm doing. So while they dried, I went back to the roof and painted it yellow because I had the yellow out already and thought it might match the wings. Ooh, hang on. I've missed a copyright moment there. Yellow copyright. Coplay. With the wings dry, I daintily, with heavy monkey hands, pull off the masking tape. Dip a pokey ear stick into some water and begin rubbing. Not like that, ladies. I begin rubbing the paint off the roof to reveal the chipping. Come on, reveal the chipping. Reveal the chipping. Come on, just once work. It took a while, but you can see that there's some white and some black coming through, so the chipping effect worked. Now it's been a long while since I broke out the weathering powders and decided I'd give this a go for that. So what I'm doing now is what I like to affectionately call my bird poo streaks on the wings of the boat. Then I just went around the boat with different shades of weathering powder just to give it that dirty, grimy sort of lived-in look. And that's pretty much it. Just a little bit more weathering and it's on to the glamour shots. So this is my, I don't know what you call it, Chinese tugboat. So made from model kits. And yeah, look, thanks very much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And until next time, glamour shots are next. Keep scratching that build, everybody.